Hey you guys, we're back again, finally. Sorry it's been so long. This is gal number 2, along with,
I'm gal number 1.
obviously.
And we are back. Finally, this is Christmas Eve. And we've been really busy, but we said, why don't we give you guys a video or a podcast, whatever you want to call it, because we've been gone for so long. So, if you hear any noise in the background, it's not us, it's our annoying neighbors and their children. So you have to
said that so politely.
Yeah, annoying neighbors and children.
Peasants.
So we apologize for that. But we just wanted to do a podcast because we've been busy, like I said. So, yeah. Today we wanted to talk about The Walking Dead. And this is going to be, the majority of this podcast is going to be a Walking Dead podcast. And then towards the end, we're going to answer some questions that a subscriber left to us. And then we're going to end it like that. Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you guys celebrate, happy holidays. So let's get into it. So I wanted to talk about The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 8, entitled Coda. It was the mid-season finale.
That rhymes with soda.
Yeah.
I was thirsty when I was watching the episode.
Yeah. Okay. That was TMI. But it's entitled Coda, and basically this is the mid-season finale, and we won't have The Walking Dead back until I think it's February the 8th, 2015. So yay! One more month and some days to go. Yay! So, what did you think about this episode?
I quite liked it.
How did you think it ranked with the other mid-season finales? Like last year and the year before and the year before that.
It was fine. See, I watched it on I watched all the seasons on Netflix. I don't even remember what the mid-season finale was.
Well, last year I think it was when the governor came to attack.
Oh yeah, when he killed Herschel.
Yeah,
I liked that episode.
But I really loved, I think it was season 3. It had to be season 3 when Michonne versus the governor. I think when they invaded Woodbury. And that fight between Michonne versus the governor, like, that to me was everything.
I hated Woodbury episodes, now that I'm thinking about it.
So, to me, this mid-season finale would rank probably 3rd. My 3rd all-time favorite. Because you had last year's... My first favorite one would be season 3. What was season 2? The one with Sophia. So I would put Sophia first, just because that was a shocking ordeal. Then season 3, 2 is my 2nd favorite. Then season 4 is my 3rd favorite, and this one would rank 4th. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode too. I thought it was really, really good.
I think Beth was very stupid for attacking Dawn like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel she was very stupid for doing that. It was so, like, what are you doing?
I don't know, like, Beth to me is, I didn't really care for Beth. Like, I didn't hate Beth, but I didn't care for her. So her dying, it didn't really have an effect on me like Herschel dying or Sophia dying, or let's say if somebody like Daryl dies. Like, that will probably end the show for me. Okay, I'm lying. I'll still watch the show, but I'll watch it being pressed and bitter. So, that happening to her, it was so, when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, like, oh, you know, because it was like, that just came out of nowhere. And I was like, oh man, like, I thought that they were going to kill her off, but I didn't think they were going to do it now. But then again, part of me was like, they've been building up to this, because before Slabtown, we didn't see Beth for a long time. I think the last time we saw her was that episode that she had with Daryl. I think it was called Still. That was the last episode we had saw her. Then we saw her in Slabtown. And I was like, somebody's gonna die. Just because the way AMC is hyping up things and what everybody's been talking about, you just had this feeling that somebody was gonna die. And unfortunately, it was Beth. So,
or fortunately.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not Carol, Daryl, Rick, Michonne, Carl, Judith, Glenn, then I'm okay.
You left out Maggie.
I already told you I'm not really feeling Maggie. I don't really like Maggie, so I don't know. For some reason, like ever since she's been with Glenn, I feel like Glenn's character has been going down the toilet a little bit, because Glenn used to be much more, I don't know, much more involved, much more fun, but
he has settled down.
I don't care. It's a zombie apocalypse. You can't settle down anywhere.
He has settled down with Maggie. He accepts his place.
I guess. So we're going to start off at the beginning of the episode. Father Gabriel,
oh my God,
decides that he wants to be...
I completely forgot about this until you mentioned it. I hate Father Gabriel with a passion. If I was Michonne,
so annoying.
If I was Michonne, I would have left him out there. He would have got eaten. That's the
so
end
Father
of it.
Gabriel decides that he wants to go check out, I guess, the crime scene of where freaking what's his name, Gareth and his crew was at when they was eating on Bob's leg. I don't know why he did this, but my thing is, somebody said that he didn't believe them, and he had this thing like, why are they killing these people in my church? So he didn't believe them, so he wanted to go outside and go see for himself. And my thing is, you know that you're a pussy. You cannot fight walkers or zombies. Why are you leaving the church? You're more safer in the church than what you've ever been. You're being protected by a freaking woman, a freaking boy, and an infant. Like, why are you leaving the church? I don't care what you thought or what you think. If you think that Rick and his company are dangerous, then you need to just leave and go die. Yeah, because they're keeping you alive. When they found you, you was just being, oh my God, walkers. Like, you were almost getting attacked by a walker when they found you. I don't like this man. He needs to die. I hope he dies a horrible death. I know AMC is not going to do that. What they're going to do is they're going to try to make you feel bad for his character in the future. And they're going to try to develop him. And he's going to become some type of badass. And then he's going to die. That's how AMC handles their deaths. Or what happened is he'll probably lose a limb. Somebody's going to lose a limb soon. I can tell you that right now.
Michonne, she put everyone in danger by going out and helping him. Because what if the walkers came and actually got them?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, Michonne, if it's me, I would have left him out there. I would have left him
out there too. I don't care. Call me heartless. Don't care.
What bothered me was he stepped on this nail. The nail was put there in the story-wise, to slow him down. He leads the walkers. They break out from the middle school or whatever, where the crime scene, where the barbecue happened. They break out. They follow him because he's walking so slow. They follow him all the way back to the church. They come attack the church. If I was Michonne, I would have left him out there.
I would have left him out there.
Like, you put me, Judith, and Carl in danger. There's no man there. There's only Carl. I mean, some people say Carl is a man now. I guess, whatever.
Please.
But you left them there, and then you're crying to come back? Heck no. You can stay your ass out there. Nobody cares about you that much.
He's like, please.
No, he didn't say please. He said, let me in, let me in. He didn't even say please. Like, I'm like, who told you that you were entitled? Detail. So Father Gabriel's pussy ass gets... he finally gets inside, and they have to leave the church because all of the zombies are just in the church now,
and they out in the open with no safe place. And they boarded up the church for a reason. They had like this little spikes placed there so the zombies can get caught there and won't come in the church, and now it's all gone because his dumbass. I hate his character.
I just want AMC to just kill him. Like, I feel like in real life, people like that, I know this is a TV show, I know, but in real life, people like Father Gabriel would have been dead. I don't even know how he survived this whole time. Like, I really don't. He doesn't want to kill walkers. He's pussy. I mean...
He's pussy?
He's a pussy. I mean, come on now. I mean, I think he's worse than Tyrese, because at least Tyrese beat you up and kill you, I think, when it counts. But this guy here is just so annoying. So They have to leave the church. All of a sudden, Abraham and his crew, they ram into the front of the church, and they're blocking the way. So the walkers, I guess, they're trapped.
You could tell who was a good driver. You know,
yeah. So they come back, and then they tell Michonne that what's his face, Eugene, was lying, and Michonne she's like, oh, okay. Like she doesn't seem surprised. She's just like, okay, whatever. I knew it deep down inside. I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything because I thought that there was hope, but I mean, whatever. So she didn't even seem surprised.
The question is, would you have killed Eugene?
No, I wouldn't kill him.
You wouldn't kill
because
Eugene,
listen, Eugene is annoying. There's so many annoying people on this show, but you have to look at it from his point of view. He did what he had to do to survive. Wouldn't you have done the same thing?
I wouldn't have lied and gave everybody false hope. What would have happened if they actually got to, when they got to DC and they found there was no cure?
Well,
he couldn't run, he couldn't hide eventually.
I know, but I'm saying, I'm not taking up for him. I know that he's wrong. He's another punk ass man. I know that he's wrong, but I'm saying that you can kind of see where he's coming from. You get what I'm saying?
No.
Like, you're gonna die.
Okay.
Nobody wants to die. Wouldn't you want to, like, have your life saved?
But I wouldn't risk other people's lives, all the people that died, to try to get him there and everything. I just.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I just value life too much, and I'm gonna lie. I'm sorry. But then this is what I would have did if I would have got to DC. I would have just broke away from them, and then let them
Eugene
do whatever.
can't survive by himself.
I know that's the thing though. So
where he runs.
All of a sudden, you see Michonne. She's smiling, and I'm just like, "What?" Like,
wait,
this
when did she smile?
She smiled when she told Maggie that they went to go to Grady Memorial to go get Beth. She's like, "Your sister's still alive." She was smiling. I was just like, "Is that gums?" I was like, Michonne has a nice smile. When she smiles, she has a pretty smile. She should smile more. Like, our introduction to her, no smiling at all. Like, when she got to where the governor was with Woodbury, there was no smiling. Just her lip was poked out the entire season. There was nothing.
That's
so
true.
I was just like, she should smile more. I mean, she has a nice smile, you know? So, all of a sudden, you get Maggie all of a sudden acting like she cares about Beth. Now, some people who like Maggie, they pointed this view out to me, and I was just like, okay.
I was about to say that.
What were you going to say?
Well, I think we don't see, obviously, they don't detail every
single thing that happens.
Yeah, so she maybe asked about Beth. I'm sure she asked about Beth. But I feel like
they should have put that in
I know, but I'm pretty sure she would have asked about her sister.
This is what the Maggie stand told me. They said maybe Maggie came to the conclusion that Beth was already dead, and so she wasn't going to have any hope just to have her dreams crushed. So she came to the conclusion that Beth was already dead.
But then Michonne gave her hope only to have her dreams crushed.
And that's probably why. So I was like, you know what? You're right. I'll give you a pass. Maggie gets a pass from me this time. Okay, like, because that was the big thing that everybody was talking about this season, was why is it that Maggie doesn't show concern for her sister? And I always felt like instead of Daryl and Carol going to Atlanta trying to go get Beth, I felt like it should have been Glenn and Maggie going to go get Beth. But then probably the writers were like, Glenn and Maggie are boring now. We'll give you the two characters that y'all keep shipping, so we'll put them together. And I'm just like, you know, from a story-wise, it doesn't really make sense. I was like, why isn't she showing concern for her sister? Like, why? Why? I would have been like...
But I hate those,
But you see what, like, with Sophia, Carol, every episode, she was concerned about her daughter. She didn't lose hope. She had hope. I just wanted to see some of that with Maggie. So... Maggie's whole reaction just came off so fake and contrived. Like, I was over it. I was over Maggie.
It's her sister.
I know,
in
but...
the end, she's going to ask about her.
When?
You don't know.
Like, I just felt like...
I
don't know. It just came off as contrived and fake. But the Maggie stand cleared it up for me. And I was just like, you know what? That makes sense. So,
another thing I hate about this show, sometimes, not the fans in general, but... the type of fans, like the ones who ship Beth and Daryl.
Tumblr fans.
Well, no, the ones who ship Beth. I'm on Tumblr too. No,
me too. But I listen. I'm on Tumblr too, but I'm not afraid to call out Tumblr's BS. Tumblr is so pretentious, and they think they know anything, especially when it comes to racial matters. But we're not going to talk about that. This is different.
People who love Beth and Daryl together, but then this Carol saying that she's too old for him. That really bothers me.
Here's the thing. I don't want Daryl with Carol or Beth.
I don't want Daryl with anyone, actually.
I want him with someone.
No, I want him to be fine. He's fine by himself.
I wouldn't mind seeing him with Michonne. I think that would be a hot couple.
Okay. No, but I feel like people always say, oh, you know, Carol is too old, blah, 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 blah. She has her hair short. She's obviously...
They called her lesbian.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what?
And I'm just like, Beth looks like Ariana Grande. Like, she's...
Really?
Like, she's... Not exactly, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they're both old. They're older than what they look.
Are you saying that, like, Ariana Grande looks like 12 and Beth looks like 15?
She does. Ariana Grande does. And I'm a fan. I like Ariana Grande. I almost messed up her name.
I can tell.
So, what was I gonna say?
Her name is like a Starbucks
Okay,
order.
so like,
Grande.
I don't want Daryl with either of them. I don't see romantic sparks with either of them. I think it was too weird.
If you guys hear that in the background, yeah,
it's not us. It's
stupid neighbor's house party. You know,
this is what happens when you live in an apartment. You have to hear other people's problems, and I don't feel like hearing it. But I don't see a romantic relationship with either of them. I see Carol as being more of a motherly figure to him.
I see her as being a motherly figure. But in reality, they're only like 4 years apart.
But we're not talking about reality. We talk about the show.
Okay, yeah, they're not that far. Not that far.
In the show, they are apart.
I know, but it's not that big of a gap as Beth and Daryl.
That's what I'm saying. And then with Beth and Daryl, I actually did not mean to say that. It just came out. That's their shipping name, though. No pun intended. Not only is she dead, but that ship is dead. With them two, it's like Daryl. It's like father and daughter. Not that he doesn't look old enough to be her daughter.
I found out that people shipped the hell out of Rick and Beth because she was taking care of Judith. So they're like, oh, she needs to slide into his life. Okay.
No, but here it goes. When they did the exchange, Rick kissed Beth on her head.
Yeah, I thought it was. It seemed like she was running to her dad.
The Tumblr fans that ship those two were like, I told you. And I'm just like, there's nothing there. Like, are you delusional? Like, what are you trying to... Let me just be quiet.
Most ships are delusional.
Yeah, they're delusional. So they're on their way to go get Beth or whatever. In the beginning of the episode, was this the beginning? I'm getting stuff mixed up now. Was Father Gabriel after Rick ran over the cop?
Yes.
So Rick runs over the cop, and when the cop is talking, Rick just shoots him and he says, shut up. Now somebody who's more advanced at this told me that when Rick was saying shut up, he wasn't saying shut up to the cop because he was talking so much. He was actually saying shut up because he had said a line that Gareth had said. So it was like he was telling Gareth like to get out of his head and shut up. So I was just like, oh, okay, that's good. Tumblr yeah, this is some deep stuff. This is some deep stuff. AMC, you know exactly what you're doing. So that was part of the Rick-tatorship, you know. Like I love the Rick-tatorship episodes. Like to me, when Rick stabbing Tomas in the head, killing him, Rick going in on those prisoners, like that to me is my favorite Rick because he doesn't give a damn. He's like, F your feelings, F you, I'm gonna do what the hell I want. So they finally get to the hospital and they're gonna do the little exchange thing, and you just know something is gonna happen because this is The Walking Dead. Nothing and nobody can be happy for an extended period of time because it just can't. It's not going to happen. Nobody's going to be happy on this. So the camera angle was just really, really weird.
Yeah.
Like, it was tilted.
It was like Spider-Man, like, was trying to, like, film it. When
Yeah, it was like an amateur. Well, I wouldn't say an amateur, but it was just a weird angle. It was slanted. You just knew something was going to happen. So the exchange is happening, and then Dawn is being the bitch that she is. Everything was going smooth.
She wants to be petty, basically.
Yeah, she wants to be petty. And then she's like, well,
with her big eyes.
With her big crazy eyes. Give me Noah. And then Rick was like, that's not part of the deal. And Noah didn't want to go. Noah's just like, I don't want to go. And then she's like, well, you have to give him to me and blah, blah, blah this and blah, blah, blah that. And I'm just like, just Rick, shoot her. You know, just
I wouldn't have gave her. You see, if I was at the hospital, I wouldn't let Noah. I would have told Noah to stay where he was, and if she tried to follow him, I would have shot her in the head.
So this is the thing. So Noah's like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna go back. So him and Beth, Noah and Beth, they share this moment, and I was like, you see, this is cute. This is more age appropriate with these two, because even though like in real life she's older than him, because he's like 20, he's in his early 20s, she's in her late 20s. They look around the same age, and he was like, it's okay. Like, she hugged him, and she was like, it's okay, it's okay. And I was like, oh my god, like, I see something here. Like, I would have shipped them if it was possible, but you know AMC doesn't like to give happy endings, which in my opinion is not too bad. It's based on the situation. We're dealing with real world stuff here. So Beth is like, I get it now. I get it. She walks over to Dawn, and she stabs her. I think she stabs her in the shoulder.
I don't know.
And I'm just like, why didn't you get that girl in the neck? Like, why didn't you get her in the neck or in the head or something?
Yeah.
So Dawn has this immediate reaction where she just blows a bullet right through her head.
I didn't even think she meant to do it. It was more of a reaction, and honestly, Beth was very stupid for doing that. So
yeah, but I part of me kind of feels like Beth knew, like, it's time for me to go. I don't know. I feel like that, but I could be wrong. Tell me what you guys think. I don't know. If anybody's gonna listen to
tell her
this.
you're wrong. Well, she's wrong.
Okay, whatever. So I'm sitting there in disbelief, because I'm like, oh my god, like, Beth is gone. Like, it was like that. It was so quick. And Daryl didn't even get to say goodbye. He didn't even get to if there was going to be a relationship, he didn't even get to at least have sex with her or anything.
What the hell? I was not expecting you to say. Never mind.
I was going to say something else, but
I was going to say, like, say goodbye to her.
Well, that too.
Whatever.
And I'm just like, everything's happening so fast, and then Daryl he just shoots Dawn right in the head. And I'm just like, we were yelling in the house. We were watching.
I wasn't yelling.
Me and my mom were yelling. Like, yeah, get that B, get that B.
I was calm. I was collect. I was myself.
But you had this look on your face, like you were like, oh my god.
Yeah, but I wasn't yelling.
So, you know, everybody's crying, blah, blah, blah. And
I'm fine, by the way.
And then they were going to kill the other police officers. It was going to be a bloodbath, because let's not act like the other police officers were not going to shoot back. And then they were like, no, 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 stop it, stop it. It was only about her. And I'm just like, this anticlimactic resolution, what the hell? No, it really wasn't anticlimactic, but whatever.
But in the heat of the moment, I probably would have shot the hospital.
But then you would have been dead.
I know. I'm just saying, in the heat of the moment, if I wouldn't have had time to think about it, I would have shot.
Yeah, and see, that's dangerous, because adrenaline
and guns don't mix.
Don't mix. Yeah. Don't mix at all. So it's not about. They're saying that it was always about her, and I'm just like, you know what? This is so sad. This is so sad. So eventually they get out. Daryl is carrying Beth. He's carrying her out of the hospital, and it's a sad moment because Maggie's waiting there. She had this really happy look on her face, like, oh my god, is there hope? Let me do the Maggie accent. Is there hope? Is there hope? Is it? So and she just breaks down because Rick is like, first Rick walks out. He's like, he's shaking his head like, He tries to tell her, and then she sees Daryl carrying Beth, and it's like sobs galore. And it was really sad because we always teased Maggie for not giving a damn about her sister, but at the same time, it was really sad because we've been with Beth since season 2 at the barn when she was trying to kill herself. She was cutting her wrist and stuff like that, trying to kill herself. I think she was cutting her wrist, but she was just trying to kill herself, and it was just really sad. So I thought this episode, you know, there was another moment with the cop attacking Dawn and Beth, and he called her some type of bitch, and I was just like,
oh yeah, the one who they threw down like the elevator thing.
Yeah. So sorry about the noise. You live in a very active neighborhood, unfortunately. No quietness at all. So, I thought it was a great episode. Now, at the end of the episode, the end credits, we see Morgan appear. And Morgan, he's following the signals or the signs on the trees that led to the church that were made by Gareth and his people. He's following that. Then he sees, did he see Bob's foot?
I think so. But I'm not sure that well, he had to see.
So he goes there, and then it leads him to the church, and then he finds the map about them going to Washington, D.C. Now, Rick and company are not at the church anymore. Like, they're on the road now. So, I think on the map it says, what did it say on the map? I don't remember.
It said Rick, something like that.
Yeah, Rick's name was on the map, and it was the road to D.C. So, my prediction...
Just a little note.
Yeah, like a little note. So, I think this is what's going to happen for the rest of the season. I think that they're going to try to make their way they're going to go that way. I'm not saying that they're going to go to DC because I don't think they're going to go that way yet. But I think that they're going to head that way, and they're going to find another settlement that's going to happen. They also confirmed on The Talking Dead that Daryl, what the hell am I saying? Daryl is not gay. So I was like, you know, it doesn't matter really. I mean, it's a whatever. So many people wanted him to be gay.
If he was gay, the Tumblr gifs were waiting.
I mean, they were already making Daryl gay on Tumblr with Rick, but
yeah.
I mean, there's videos on YouTube where it's edited like he's saying, like Rick is saying "I love you" to Daryl, and Daryl doesn't say anything. He just walks away back into the woods. So, yeah, I predict this is what I think was going to happen to Morgan. I want to give a prediction here. I think eventually Morgan's going to die. I think that they're not teasing Morgan this much just cause. Like, I really think that Morgan is going to play a huge part coming up in the series. And I think, unfortunately, the next time when they see Morgan, the next time they're together, I think that something bad is going to happen to Morgan and he's going to die.
So who do you think is going to die next? Who do you think?
Whole list.
No, I'm just saying who
do I think is going to die next? I don't think it's going to be Abraham. Because
unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to die yet. Because listen, I've never read the comics. Where I'm actually in the middle of reading the comics right now. But somebody told me that they have this huge battle. Spoiler. They have this huge battle when they get to DC. What is that? What is it called? What is the place called when they get to DC?
I don't know.
I forgot. But that's when Negan comes into play, and they have some huge war. And it's the biggest zombie herd in the history of The Walking Dead. So I'm going to say who I think is next. I want to say Glenn. Okay, we should change it. Who do we think is the next major character to die? I want to say Glenn, but I'm not too sure about that because we have to keep in mind that they're loosely following the comic book. Like, they're not straight on following the comic book. So
I don't think they're gonna kill off Carol. It took so
yeah,
long
I
in
don't
her
think
place.
I don't think they're gonna kill her off either. Who do you think?
It'll be a real shocker if they decide to kill off Rick. Just get away with it.
Yeah, but who do you think is gonna die next? Like what
Mm.
major character?
I don't know. It has
You
to
have
be.
to give a guess. I know it has to be somebody from that's been with us for a very long time.
It can't be Maggie.
You don't think they're killing
They
off
just
her?
killed off Beth.
Yeah, that's true.
Glenn, I don't know.
I don't know about Glenn.
I don't
But
think
then
they're killing
again,
off Michonne. I don't think so.
no, they're not killing her off. But the thing is, I don't know about Glenn because I feel like in the first episode of this season, they kind of foreshadowed Glenn's death with the whole bat and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they specifically had the camera panned on Glenn for a while with the bat thing.
Yeah.
So
That's true. That's true.
you know, you have to, when I watch the show, I go back and I try to dissect the episode. I try to watch it at least 2 or 3 times because there's always something in there that's foreshadowing stuff. So I know some people said Daryl, that they might kill Daryl in Glenn's place because there's somebody in the comics named Dwight and he has a crossbow.
I don't think they might even not introduce Dwight at all.
Because I was reading the comic, like I'm on Days Gone By. I know I'm in the beginning. It's really good. It's a really good comic. There's somebody in there named Donna.
Yeah.
Was she in the show?
I don't remember.
I don't remember her being in the show.
That's what I'm saying. They might not even put Dwight in the show at all.
Maybe Daryl was Dwight's replacement.
Probably.
So I don't know.
He wasn't intended to be, but probably.
But I think if they were to kill off Daryl, I think it's too predictable.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's kind of predictable. If you're gonna kill off someone, and I'm not evil for saying this, you have to get rid of Judith.
Oh my God, we were having a talk the other day, and she wanted to sacrifice Judith for Daryl.
I'm not evil. I'm just saying. I don't want to sacrifice a baby for a grown ass man.
She wants to sacrifice Judith.
But I just feel like killing off Judith, because it's such a burden for them already. Like killing off Judith would be a shocker.
I don't want the baby to go.
I don't want her to go either, but if I had to choose
she's secretly wishing Judith.
No, I'm not. I think Judith is really cute and she's a good child. Even if she's not Rick's. But which doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, that's his daughter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore.
And
he has to deal with Lori and Shane even after they're dead.
Wait, I forgot. Oh my God, if they would have named the baby Lane, it's like Lori and Shane together.
Yeah, that's their ship name.
Oh really?
Please. No, I'm just making stuff up. I don't know. But I know some crazy person out there would name them that. So
imagine Lane.
But
Judith.
I think killing off Daryl is a little bit predictable. But if they are going to kill him off, Daryl has to die in the most badass way possible. He has to save everybody. He can't die like Beth. He can't die
like Herschel.
Yeah, it has to be a big build up. Okay? It really does. Let me just say this. Knowing how this show is and the formula so far, maybe they'll throw me off the formula real quick. But knowing how the show is, I will say that if Maggie says that she's pregnant soon, Glenn is gonna die. And if somebody loses a limb, that person is dead next. So that's all I gotta say. How do you pause this? So I mean, I don't know. That's just my predictions. They also said on the Talking Dead that we're going to get introduced at the ending of this season. We're going to get introduced to a gay couple. And the gay couple is in the comics. They are 2 males. And they are tied to the Washington, D.C. aspect of the storyline. Sorry about the music. Somebody is
They
playing.
probably won't be able to hear it. I don't know.
I think they can hear. This is good at recording stuff. So I remember this song. But anyway, Yeah, so far this season, I'm really enjoying this season. I think this season started off with a bang, and then we eventually got into more character driven stuff. You know, I feel like some people give this show too much flack, because I hear people say, "Oh my God, this show is boring," and I'm just like, how can you say that The Walking Dead is boring, but you stand for other shows? And I'm not going to name any names, but there was this other show on AMC, and some episodes were boring and nothing happened too. And then there's this other show on HBO that I love, but let's be honest here, that show has a lot of boring episodes too.
To some people it might seem boring, but I like slow build up and character development.
Yeah, me
so I don't
too.
Get
I love season 2 so much because it was so much character driven. And even though Dale was kind of annoying sometimes because he was in everybody's business.
He was very judgy.
I was reading the comic, and he comes up to Rick, and he just straight up tells Rick, he was like, that guy Shane is not glad that you're back. And he talking about basically he wants Lori.
Well, Dale can't talk when he was messing with you know who in the comic books and Drew.
Yeah, no spoilers. Spoilers, but spoilers at the same time. So yeah.
I find that was so weird. That's so weird.
Yeah, but I'm really enjoying this season. I can't wait to the second half of the season because things are gonna start happening. I don't know, basically, but
how you know things are gonna start happening?
Because I know this is The Walking Dead.
But you don't know.
I don't know, but I know at the same time. But then again, I don't. So, what was I gonna say? I'm sorry, I just say a lot. So, So they're going. Let's talk about the companion series. But yeah, we're loving this season so far. Oh yeah, and the guy, I think his name is Robert Kirkman, he said that nobody's safe on this show. Looking at you, Norman Reedus, and I'm just like, whatever, dude. That's so predictable. If you're gonna kill off somebody, like I said, you better kill off the baby.
Why would you kill off Judith?
Or Glenn. I mean, and I love Glenn, but Glenn has become so stale to me, and I don't know why. I think it's Maggie.
Oh my God. She really hates
I know some people are like, yeah, sure, blame the woman. It's not even about that. I just don't like her character that much. And I don't think I've ever really liked her character that much. So, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, so let's talk about the spin-off series, because I am going to be watching this whenever it comes on. I'm really excited. Some people are skeptical because they're like, do we really need a spin-off series? But I'm like, yeah, you do. Because the same people that's saying that, you're the same ones that's always complaining about how you want to see everything else besides Georgia. So this is going to be set in LA.
They should have one take place in Asia.
Yeah, I think they should have one take place around the world.
Very crowded.
Ooh, that is really great because there's like 1 billion people.
In like India,
and China. Can you imagine The Walking Dead taking place in India or China?
Just in Asia.
Wow, that would be a major
I would love
problem.
To see that though. I would love to see
Me too. So
imagine, like, where's the president during all of this? I think
probably underground.
Probably.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they talk about that and he's dead too. Like, I would not be surprised. There's no government. So
of course, president is probably like hiding somewhere.
So this new series is going to be taking place in Los Angeles, and I heard that it's going to be at the beginning of the apocalypse. So I'm really excited because we're going to get a new change of scenery. This is a new cast. This has nothing to do with Rick and co. Like, this is just a new cast and everything. And it's going to be taking place like before, well, not before, but in the beginning, like the very beginning of the apocalypse. So I'm really excited. I heard someone tell me that, and I don't know if this is true or not, so don't take my word for it, but I heard someone tell me that there's a possibility that Dr. Jenner, remember him? Mm-hmm. That he might be in the LA spinoff one, because they said that we're going to probably get a character that we saw play an important key role in the first season in a very important episode. So I'm saying it has to be Dr. Jenner. Who else? So, I mean, I'm really excited for it. I was looking at the cast.
Or it could be his wife.
Yeah,
the subject test.
The main guy. I think he's going to be a teacher, and they've cast a lot of teenagers, young people. So this is going to be interesting.
Imagine our generation in the zombie apocalypse. Some of my friends are already prepared and everything.
I don't know why people keep saying I want the zombie apocalypse to come. Like, are you crazy or just stupid? Or both? Because why would you want that to happen? First of all, me being as a girl, I'm not a girly girl, but me being as a girl, the fact that I will not be able to get my hair did in the zombie apocalypse is really, really...
No conditioner for a long time.
Yep. And no showers either. But whatever. So I'm really excited for that. I can't wait. I know I keep saying the same thing. I'm really excited about it. It's going to take place in Los Angeles. This is a new scenery. This is something that people have been talking about for a very long time. They want to see what's going on in the rest of the world. So yeah, I know some people said they want The Walking Dead to do a spin-off in England. I was like,
I would actually...
I'd rather see Asia.
I'd rather see it's more populated.
Yeah, I'd rather see a place that's more populated, like China or India.
Imagine the apocalypse in Africa. It's very hot in Africa. Very hot over there.
That is atrocious. Just imagine the stuff over there. I don't know what that is. I don't know how people would deal with that.
What about the apocalypse in Alaska? How would that? Alaska's gonna be horrible.
Do you think the walkers could survive in the cold? Because we've only seen them
in the Georgia heat.
Yeah, which is probably an advantage for them. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but I'm just trying to use common sense. It's probably an advantage for them. So, I don't know. So, now we're going to answer a subscriber question that we got. Sorry about this. It's taking us so long. We see that you left this question a month ago. And even before that, you left it about 3 months ago. And we're just 2 or 3 months ago. And we're really, really sorry. But the person's name is Davin Orvin. Or Davin. I don't know how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry. But it's either going to be Davin or Davin Orvin.
I say Davin.
And the question was... What do you think about the Fantastic Four reboot and the Deadpool movie coming up? You go first.
Well, obviously, I love Deadpool.
Yeah.
Very funny, very funny. We have something in common. We love tacos. But anyway, I do love tacos. I live for tacos.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I grew up on the old Fantastic Four movies, and I love them. I hold them very.
Yeah.
I don't know why it has to. Why is it a guilty pleasure though? Like I love them
because
very
it
much.
wasn't accurate.
I don't care. It was. I love those movies. I grew up on them.
I think it's because you like the actors.
No, actually.
See,
I didn't know who they were before.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't know who they were before. It's just,
I like those movies too.
I love those movies. But I feel like the reboot, like, people always talk bad about... I feel like people always talk bad about...
Listen, this is the internet. People love to... The popular thing to do is to bash anything that's popular.
Hipster.
So, I don't know what this whole hipster movement that's been going on since about 2009, 10. Oh, I don't like this stuff and everything mainstream is horrible. And I'm just like, but your clothes, the clothes that you're wearing are mainstream. Unless you make your own clothes, unless you're Amish, stop, okay? Stop. Because you're contributing to the mainstream society. Like, please stop with that.
As I was saying about the Fantastic Four, if I was rudely interrupted.
Go.
I'm excited for the reboot. The casting is an interesting choice. I know some people were mad about the fact that Johnny will be black now, and they were like, how is this going to work, because his sister, like, Sue is still white and he's black. So is he going to be adopted? Is she going to be adopted? We don't know. I'm actually hoping that she's the one adopted.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hoping that she's the one adopted.
Well, based on who they cast as the father, I think she is the one that's going to be adopted, which is
that's interesting.
A very good twist, in my opinion, because everybody was crying about Johnny being adopted, and it turns out, oh, Sue is going to be the one that's adopted. So
yeah, because I feel like,
or they may not even be adopted. They may just
not.
You know, there's a
Genetics.
possibility. Yeah, I've seen people who
are siblings and look.
Let me just say, I've seen people who are white and they've given birth to babies that look black. Like, it's all about genetics.
Yeah.
So you never know. I doubt that's what they're gonna do, but
they might do that. They might do that.
In the Deadpool movie.
Well, of course, I'm excited for that.
Well, my thoughts on the Fantastic Four reboot. When I first heard about it, I'm just gonna be honest. I was just like, you know what? I just rather see Fantastic Four go back to Marvel, because Marvel is doing the whole cosmic side of their universe now, and it had been a very long time since Fox did a Fantastic Four movie, and the rights were about to expire. Actually, the rights expired this September. And they had to start filming. They were forced to start filming a movie, or the rights were going to go back to Marvel, like Daredevil did, and I think they got Blade back.
Yeah.
And other characters that they got back from Fox. So I was just like, I'd rather see this go back to Marvel, because like I said, they're doing their whole cosmic thing now, and I feel like they kind of need the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you're getting into the territory where you're dealing with Thanos. Oh my god, why are people screaming? Why does it feel like it's a Friday night out here? It's only Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. So, as time went by, they started pulling out the cast. I was like, okay, this is a pretty good cast. Michael B. Jordan, a lot of people didn't like it because he's black, and they were saying that Sue and Johnny's relationship plays a very key important role with who they are, who they become, because they are blood brothers and sisters. But I said, I think some things can be modified.
Yeah, it's fine.
It can be changed. And I've seen Michael B. Jordan in some movies, and I think Michael B. Jordan really fits that attitude. You know, the attitude that Johnny Storm has?
Yeah.
So I feel like
the charm and everything.
Yeah, he's charming. He's I mean, depending on, I don't know if you like Michael B. Jordan like that or not, taste. And he can be an annoying asshole sometimes. Like, he just talks too much and stuff like that. But
okay.
But Michael B. Jordan, I think his attitude, and plus let's not you know, brush it under the rug. He knows the director. They did the movie Chronicle together with Dane DeHaan. Yeah. Your favorite actor, Dane DeHaan.
She says that very sarcastically.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's a great casting choice. I'm still not sold on, what's her name? Kate Mara?
I don't know. Oh,
I told you, when we were watching, American Horror Story, I told you that she's gonna be Sue.
No, you did not.
I did. I said...
You said her sister. The girl in the dragon tattoo.
No, I said, do you know the girl in the dragon tattoo? That's her sister. Yeah. And I was pointing at the screen, and I said, that is gonna be Sue. She's gonna have the blonde hair and everything. Oh my god, I know.
Ew.
So, I'm still kind of unsure about her. Because I'm just like, okay, whatever.
I don't like her character in American Horror Story. So
I don't really like her character in House of Cards either, but it's a whatever. But details start coming out, and it seems like it's gonna be a good movie. Plus, the reason why we found out from the Sony hacking, the reason why, which I'm gonna make a video on that, but it's gonna be mostly about Spider-Man. Plus, we found out Fox is planning to cross over Fantastic Four and X-Men. They have something planned. Because, you know, everybody's going to copy the Marvel thing now. You know, with this whole shared universe thing. Everybody's going to do the Marvel platform now. And let's be honest, Marvel's not the first to do it. But as far as, like, superheroes go, yeah, Marvel's right up there. So they're planning on crossing those two over, and I'm just like, I mean, you guys can keep X-Men. I'd much rather see Fantastic Four with Marvel. But this movie, from what I found out and stuff, and from what I know some things, not going to say anything. It sounds like it's going to be a promising movie. It sounds like it's going to be better than the last two movies. And it's going to be different. And it's going to be darker. And so I'm semi-excited for it. I'm just being honest here. I'm semi-excited. They're also going to do the Deadpool movie. I'm really excited about that. Although I do wish Deadpool was rated R. It's going to be PG-13. I'm just like why does everything... we can have a good comic book movie that's rated R. People will go see it. I've seen people sneak their children into rated R movies before.
I thought you can get in if you have a parent.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, everything is so politically correct now. And you're going to offend somebody. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to the Deadpool movie a little bit more. Just because I love Deadpool. And from the test footage I saw, it was great. I love it. Ryan Reynolds is returning. So that's a nice little job for him. Something that definitely won't flop. No shade. But I don't know. I like Ryan Reynolds sometimes, but then again I don't. So it's kind of like whatever. But I'm really excited for those two movies. I think Fox has something planned up their sleeve. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm really excited. So that's going to end our podcast. I hope you guys have a very happy holidays. If you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever. I hope you have a great holidays. Make sure you comment, subscribe, rate, whatever you... I'm trying to remember what the typical YouTubers say. Make sure you do all that. We will see you guys back soon. And
yeah, happy holidays, you guys.
Yeah, happy holidays. So have a good